Thanks. And
Hey everyone, welcome to a special, completely, absolutely, absurdly spontaneous episode for the Collective Entertainment Network. I will be your GM today, Mason, joined by our regular players, Brian, Ray, who will be a player this evening, and our brand new friend who he's actually had in the background for months now, who will be joining us also on a Pathfinder game that we will at some point eventually post, Logan. If you
Pleasure.
want to get to know him better, watch those Pathfinder episodes where we actually introduce him because we're just here to have fun tonight. We're just gonna have a fun. This is a completely spontaneous one shot that we decided to do last night and got together for today, run by yours truly. And this will also all be taking place in our own custom homebrew world known as Astria. It's a world that we've been working on for quite a while, and you know what? We got sick and tired of waiting to play in it. Just decided, you know what? We're just gonna go for it. So, with that, uh, let's actually go ahead and get right into it, so we can start having some fun.
right.
So, real quick, can we just have everyone go around and just give us your character's name real quick, who you will be playing, and their race and class. Brian, why don't you get us started?
Um, okay, I probably have the longest name here. My name is Bo Einar Stingander, and he goes by Einar, and he is a sea serpent dragonborn. And he is a drunken monk, and he's got 3 fun friends.
All right. And up next is Logan. Why don't you go ahead and let us know who you are going to be playing?
I am playing Edward Smythe. I am a winged tiefling of the Tempest cleric variety. Yeah, a lot of mystery behind Edward. A lot of fun to behold. He's pretty old. He's got kind of like bluish hair, grayish bluish hair, and some horns that kind of curl back, and like blue white irises, white goatee.
Like a gentlemanly devil.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. All right, and Ray, go ahead and introduce your character if you would.
I am playing Certheros, the Bronze Heart, but Perodromos.
Gotta love those Greek names.
Yes. Certheros is a noble, ancestral guardian barbarian. He is heir to the town of Dromos, and probably the most normal of the two. He is a Leonin, a bronze-furred, large mane, tall, noble Leonin.
All right. With that, let's go ahead and start into this. Edward, since your more recent retirement from the priesthood, you've sort of come to the adventuring world a little bit later in life than most adventurers typically do. And surprisingly, Dr. Arasatra, a doctor at the Imperium Academy, who's not only been overseeing your medical treatment, but has become a very good friend to you, especially over the last few years, has been surprisingly supportive of you getting into an adventuring lifestyle. In fact, she was able to give you a heads up about a job in the northern province of the Imperium. A remote mining town by the name of Wisp has recently discovered a very old and very buried temple ruin, possibly even from before the dragons themselves first appeared some 700 years ago. Very
Oh, wow.
old, very valuable piece of history.
Mm.
However, according to the local clergyman, they believe there may be some evil cultists that may have somehow gotten to this ruin first, and they are willing to
Oof.
pay very well to see this entire area cleared out. Supposedly speaking, even within like the last week or so, another one of the local clerics has already been killed who had gone in to investigate and patrol the area. You, of course, being a clergyman yourself, naturally took to this. You have traveled northward into the northern province, uh, and at the moment are riding in a carriage, closing in on the town of Wisp. The only other patron in the carriage being what you would assume to be a halfling, though from the stench could very well be a dead body. You're not entirely sure, and
Has
may
it been
not be.
moving?
You can make a medicine check if you'd like.
Oh, jeez.
It moves when you hit a bump.
Medicine. That's going to be a 15.
15. Your curiosity at one point overcomes your disgust of the stench coming off of this man. And you do at one point check, and he does somehow seem to be breathing. You get the distinct feeling it's probably been a very, very long time since this man was ever washed. His clothes are ragged. You're pretty sure you spot some mold growing in some of the cloth.
Good sir.
But honestly, during your entire trip up here with him in this carriage, which has been going on since the last town, probably for about a day and a half, you have not seen this man wake up. You eventually arrive at town, the carriage stopping just outside. As it comes to a halt, the halfling kind of
Hello. Are you awake, sir?
yes. Are we at Wisp?
I thought you were dead. You stink. Despite Wisp, we'll get to that. Why do you smell the way you do?
I'm sorry, not all of us have the luxury of being able to afford things like soap. Kind of stands up indignantly. It's still like maybe coming to your chest while you're sitting.
I go to maybe just help him up a little bit.
No. It's okay. It's okay. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want the smell to spread.
Just get to a river.
Kind of hops off the carriage and starts walking into town. Do you follow?
Yeah, I guess if that's the only, yeah, if I'm heading to Wisp, absolutely.
You step off the carriage and hop off, and you kind of inwardly feel a sigh of relief as you realize, oh my god, the air is so clean.
Away from the city life. Well,
but as you look around, it's kind of what you would expect of a mining town. There's a little bit of a wall set up just to kind of keep out stray animals, but some like manageable housing set up. There's a tavern. You do notice that there is a church building, it looks like, kind of opposite from the entrance that you were coming into. You do recall the adventure, or the job had specifically called for 3 adventurers at most. So there's a distinct possibility you may very well be meeting at the least 2 other people here, though you have no idea what they may look like.
Okay. I'm gonna, being, the cleric, I'm gonna go straight to the church.
Okay. You start making your way across town, heading towards the church. There is a lot of ruckus going on in the tavern.
Yeah, I'll glance in. Like, how packed is it as I walk by? Just a quick glance.
It looks like there's quite a few people in there. You'd guess, like, probably, judging by the size of the town, probably a good portion of the town is in the tavern at the moment.
Okay, that's
good to know. A lot of ruckus. Oh my god, that's such a wonderful smell coming out from the front door. You do realize it has actually been a while since you've eaten a good proper meal.
Okay. Yeah, I think given that smell, I'll take an immediate 90-degree turn and just grab a quick bite before I go to business.
All right. As you step into the tavern, Einar, You and your compatriots have been here probably since late last night. You arrived the day before,
It's
and
daytime.
it is daytime. You have been told. It's actually about
Oh.
midday, and as Edward enters into the tavern, what exactly is the state of the tavern that you and your friends have now essentially taken over? What does he see?
I mean, if he's looking at me, he should see a splendid specimen of a attractive attractive dragonborn. Uh, uh, I mean, I've put on a couple pounds, but
This man over there is quite intoxicated, but he's unique.
and what you see of Einar is he is the fattest dragonborn you have ever seen. Um, and he smells like a brewery because he's probably filled with one. If you look into the kitchen, you just see this thing kind of like darting back and forth. But it smells like the best bakery you have ever been in your life. Like the smell of the bread is almost intoxicating itself. Like it's just, if you're not salivating, you should be. Behind the bar, you see a bucket hanging from one of the taps, and a kind of chubby Drake kind of just pushing down on one of the taps, filling the bucket. Also in the kitchen, you see another Drake hanging out on the sink, trying to like clean up all the glasses and anything else, like kitchen utensils and all these things that have clearly been used in the last like 2 seconds. If you look closely enough, you can see what some people call anxiety on the one cleaning. Yeah, that's.
As you do glance around, there's quite a few people who are almost kind of have sort of like kind of surrounded Einar, like watching him as he both eats and drink, in the sense that you have a feeling this has been going on for a while, and they're wondering when he's going to explode.
I'll immediately just slowly maneuver in that direction, just kind of get a closer glance as to maybe tap on someone's shoulder. Who's this man? Who's this man?
Dude, he showed up last night drunk off his keel. He actually passed out over there where the broken tables are. Woke up this morning. He's got this little dragon critter who went straight into the kitchen. Oh my god, it was the best breakfast we've ever had. He's still having breakfast, by the way. It's midday, and this guy has not left his seat yet. Oh, the little blue and pink one, don't let him see you. Especially don't let him see your shoes.
Don't let him see me?
Don't let him see you. You just walked in. He's probably going to freak out if he spots you, because he's going to...
I'll immediately try to stealth.
I have not been cleaned so many times in one day, and I just stepped outside for a breath of air.
This guy's whole appearance, and if you look around, everybody's whole appearance almost looks like they've been dry cleaned. like the nice creases and folds.
So
for a small town, these people are surprisingly insanely clean.
In a mining town, nonetheless, this is spectacular. This is spectacular. These are my kind of people. So I'll walk up to Einar and just go for. I'll look at your hands. Are they clean enough for a handshake?
What's your definition of clean?
Good enough. I'll reach in for a handshake. Einar?
He reaches in with his mighty hand and just like grabs your hand, almost not crushing it, but it's like a firm grip. And
okay.
there's a little like probably like a piece of bacon and pancake on one of them.
Edward Smythe. You seem to be pretty popular in this place.
I mean, they like to walk. You want a drink? And he kind of pats your back and kind of like almost puts you in the stool next to him.
Yeah, I sit right down.
He reaches down and grabs the bucket, reaches over the bar, grabs a. Nope, not that one.
Η
There we
απογοήτευση.
go. And grabs a tankard, starts filling it up
Η
from the bucket,
απογοήτευση.
puts it down
Η
in front of you.
απογοήτευση.
Drink,
Ugh.
and then he starts drinking from the bucket.
Wow, what a greeting. Start drinking. And then as I'm drinking, I'll just take a peer around. Are there any other are there any usual people in here? Is it all just rowdy?
For the most part, the population here is primarily human. A couple halflings and things like that. Kind of what you would expect from the general population.
More kind of looking for cultisty looking, any sketchy individuals as I glance.
I guess make an insight check.
That's a nat 20.
Nice.
20?
With wisdom. And wait, sorry. Checking. No, okay. So that is
you're a
20,
cleric, so,
24.
yeah.
I was just checking to
Okay.
see if I was proficient in it.
Gotcha. 24. As you kind of take a glance and a gander around, you don't notice anyone who looks really culty. You do see what looks to be like a betting pool over the side, which you have a guess is how much longer Einar is going to be taking. But it is weird for the time of day having this many people in here and in a mining town when the middle of the day would be an exact perfect time for everyone to be working. It is unusual. But you don't see anything that seems overtly cultish. No one really seems to stand out as being ominous or any sort of thing. You aren't getting any negative vibe checks.
All right, I'll turn to Einar and go. Is the town's day off of mining?
It's daytime.
Seems like a lot. It is. It's about midday, sir. It just seems like a lot of.
It's time for lunch. Hello, lunchtime.
Okay, sweetheart, I'll get right. Oh, you made a friend. Hello. You see, kind of peeking out from around the corner, a dragon head, but of a drake, and they're. It's not really like a scaling. It almost looks like they are literally almost made of bread. Like the top of their body is like this nice crispy brown color that makes them look like they're almost like a loaf of bread. And as she kind of comes out and makes her way over to the counter, she looks at you. Oh, hello, sweetheart. My name is Loaf. This is our little Einar.
It is a pleasure to
sweetie,
meet you, Loaf.
You need to make sure you're eating your sausage now, all right? We don't want you to turn into skin and bones.
Okay. This is Ted Scranton, right?
It is a pleasure to meet you, Loaf.
Oh, aren't you just a sweetheart? Let me get you a plate, dear.
And I won't even. Okay. Get another gauge and just think for a minute. I'm just gonna maybe prop up at the bar and just look around and just think for a minute.
At this time, the doors to the tavern open once again. And everyone kind of goes quiet. It's almost like everyone's head turns and looks. Sir Theros. You have entered into this tavern, which seemed to be the large accumulation of sound. Assuming someone of some sort of authority, of course, had to be in here. As you enter into the bar, you glance around and you see everyone in here has stopped, except for the Dragonborn sitting at the counter, who is still somehow eating. There's almost like this look of anticipation as they all kind of look at you.
Will it not me disturb your drinks? In fact,
You
let
want
me all
drink?
buy you one.
Drinks? All right, bite. Who
Hey!
wants a drink?
Everyone cheers at that. Everyone sort of breaks away from the counter, heading to their tables as a barmaid who's kind of been standing off to the side, I guess, kind of feeling useless. It's like, oh, right, kind of starts going, gathering mugs, starts heading out, spreading out drinks to people.
I'm gonna pull open my bounter of endless coffee and watch this new figure.
Sir Theros, you of course had come up here northward for a job, wanting to, do your thing of getting to know uh, the plebeians of the northern country of the Imperium. It's you have not really traveled this far north before, and the kind of coolness to the air is a little offsetting for you.
Yeah, his fur's a little more picked up, but he's not showing any signs of being cold. It would be undignified.
You were, of course, also made aware that there would be probably at least two other persons of interest in this particular job, and at the present, you only see, well, you see the Tiefling and the Dragonborn. Honestly, it stand out the most amongst everyone.
Yes. He leans. He's still standing in the door. He leans back out the door. This one. Pogo. This one.
Right, I'm coming. You sure I can't get a lighter sword?
Nope.
Hey,
Really?
Ted, did the big guy say that he wanted a bread bowl?
Oh, I'll need to make one from scratch. Gee, I don't know why I didn't. I would lose my own head if it weren't for this.
Hello. I was told to find some interesting people, and it appears you two fit the bill.
You're interested?
Name's Edward Smythe.
Pleasure, Sir Smythe. I am. Hold on. I have his actual name here. I am Sir Theros Protemos.
Sir Theros Protemos.
Yes.
It is a pleasure. Do you need a drink, or do you mean...
I did buy everyone here, one including myself.
You did. I just figured spending that much money, someone might return the favor.
Hey.
Here, a toast.
Ah, yes. Just grabs a mug.
And I'll just toast you with my coffee.
There's a scraping sound at the door as you kind of all look over and see this very kind of scrawny looking, kind of black and white tabaxi dragging a gargantuan greatsword through the door. Kind of looks I'll be there in a second. I think I need to sit for a second though. I'll be there. Kind of plops down on the floor right in front of the door with his just giant greatsword sitting across his lap. I'll be right there, cousin. Or I mean, Theros. Sir Theros.
That he's with you?
Yes, he is a cousin sent to me by a family to, how do I put this gently? Toughen him up.
You hear a plop as he hits the ground, and
as you can see, as you can see, it's going well.
I can't breathe. Theros, tell Mom I love her.
Tell her yourself. You'll be fine.
You think I got a blister?
Good. Uh, his name is quite difficult for most non-Dromians to say.
What was his name again?
Apogafesti.
I respond to Poco.
He prefers Pogo.
Poco?
Pogo.
Poco.
Pogo.
Like that bouncy stick?
That everyone seems to get easily frustrated with, yes.
I get it. It doesn't bounce for me. I don't know why.
I think the springs might be inadequate.
Sir Theros, I don't mean to interrupt. You mentioned you're looking for, you said interesting people?
Yes, I was given this flyer a few towns back saying that there should be at least 2 interesting people looking to root out some cultists.
Indeed. That is why I'm here.
As am I.
Right.
Learn the land and the people.
And Einar, are you part? Are you about the? Do you know anything about the cultists?
You want me to fight some cultists?
All right. Okay. All right.
I can fight. What?
Are you fighting a bunch of cultists? I'll put some more garlic in your food.
Yeah, I think it would be probably.
The garlic bread is great.
I'll take some garlic bread.
It does sound. Sounds delicious. It's been a long road. Lots of not so home cooked meals.
So to speed things up, you all do enjoy a very well-made meal made by Loaf the Bakery Drake. You are then unfortunately cleaned by who is later introduces himself as Bubbles the Bathhouse Drake. You did not know you could feel so clean and dirty at the same time.
Bubbles, I was gonna eat that bacon.
I'm sorry, I'm helping you clean out your arteries.
Bubbles, I would prefer I would prefer to clean myself, but you may clean this road jacket.
Got it.
Did you just point to Pogo and call him a road jacket?
No, he takes off this.
Oh, him? I've already cleaned him. I thought he was a new carpet they were putting in.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
That
By
happens
the way,
a lot.
Theros.
I think he's stuck
You
under
look
that
over
sword.
and Loaf is literally just trying to like force feed him food. He's so skinny.
You need to eat more, then you'll be able to pick up the sword, all right, sweetheart? Now, open wide!
Sir Theros, I think she just might be the death of him.
For him, a not more
all.
noble way to go. I think it'll be fine. He takes off this exceptionally well-made, very regal jacket he wears, and this dude is effing ripped. But what you do see that was hiding underneath the coat is a massive scar on his chest, like dead center where his heart should be.
I used to look like that.
I believe it's 1 or 2 of those bread bowls I see have gotten the best of you.
I've eaten a bowl once.
I believe it.
I'm gonna
Stay
make
away from
a
their
quick
oysters, though.
little. Oh, fuck.
The barmaid kind of comes by and kind of says, "Sorry, I couldn't help overhearing. Did you guys say that you're here to deal with the cultists? You guys
You
were
want me to
looking to
fight
take out some
cultists?
cultists?"
I can fight some cultists.
Indeed we are.
Oh, thank goodness! Finally, well, I'll be able to get all these guys out of here. They'll be able to go back to work. And actually, to be honest, I haven't had much to do since the Drakes showed up. But regardless, if you all are looking for more information on that, you'll want to go by and talk to uh, Reverend Hayar. He's over at the Church of the Light. He should have all the information for you, and um, yeah, he's really the one who's kind of just forbidden us from kind of sort of going off and working right now. But
I'm sorry. Did
he'd
you
be your source of information.
you said forbid you?
Yeah, well, he's sort of in charge of the town. We're very remote for the Imperium, so we don't really get much in the way of Imperium guards and patrols coming through here. And he, being from the Church of Lights, does a lot to protect the town. You'll notice that the guardsmen are employed by the Church of the Light under him.
Are they?
He's more or less sort of our head cleric slash sheriff slash mayor slash foreman for the miners. He's kind of really just the guy in charge around here.
I think I met
Reverend.
Slash once. He's the bard, right?
Okay. So yeah, if you're wanting to get on that, I mean, we'd be most appreciative about that. Really, it'd probably go a long way, and I can stop having men slap me on the butt. So if you guys could just maybe head on out, we'll clean up. Don't worry.
Who hit you?
No worries, no worries. It's nothing unusual.
Um,
It's just they're really rowdy and they've kind of been stuck inside town for like the past few weeks ever since Clarence died.
um, for the first time in probably a while, people see Einar stand up, and almost like he got a little sober. If I hear that any of you have put your hands on this lovely lady, I will hurt you. And
Make
I
an
don't like to
intimidation
fight.
check.
Okay. 15.
15.
Yeah.
You see, Edward, you've seen what coffee can do to people. Theros, you've seen what fear can do to people. Um, you see these men seem to instantaneously like sober up, and all of them kind of somehow find an excuse of, oh, I gotta go fix some shingles on the roof. Blah, blah, blah. Very
Wait.
quickly, the place
Wait,
sort of.
all of you. Tip your waitress.
The entire pool of money that had been set aside, an assortment of coppers, silvers, some golds and stuff, is all sort of piled together and sort of just slid to a portion of a nearby table for um, the barmaid to be able to get access to.
And Einar reaches behind the bar. This is from earlier. People were tipping for the food. Loaf doesn't want it. And it's just a bag full of fucking coins.
Wow. Wow.
Loaf, if it's okay with you, Loaf will take some baking supplies and
She can take the kitchen if she wants. Thank you so much. Huh. She was this close to giving you a kiss on the cheek, and then that happened. Thank you. Thank you so much. Just kind of pats you awkwardly on the arm.
okay. And he sits back down and continues. He's done eating, but he still has like a sausage that he's just been like taking a bite out of. Like he's still eating, but he's not having a meal.
Yeah, it's a snack.
Yeah, it's a snack until his next meal.
All right.
To
So,
to the Church of Light, then.
I think we should go.
It's still light out?
Yep.
Okay. Is it morning?
I'm gonna speak up. Nope. Brought midday, about midday, Einar.
Oh, yeah, lunch.
So that
Yeah,
you
lunch.
guys have a proper offering, she kind of reaches behind the bar, pulls out a bottle of wine, and hands it over to Edward. That'll make it easier for you to get in. It's traditional here for us to bring an offering whenever we want to talk to the priest.
You need to make okay. All right. I appreciate that. I'll just tuck it away for now and begin to walk out.
So you
Unless
guys
anyone else wants
all head on out and start making your way towards the church.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cytheros will just absent-mindedly just pick Pogo up onto his feet, unstick him from the sword.
Thank you, cousin. I mean, Sir Theros.
You're welcome. Let's
Okay.
go with the sword a little bit.
Right. Okay. Okay. Thigh muscles. Okay. Squeeze with the butt.
You're gonna hurt yourself. And Einar kind of pushes the sword like straight up so that it's not like near him.
Okay. I got it.
I'm gonna let go.
Get it. I got it.
Okay, let's go. Wow, like a tree just timbered.
I'm Theros, would it be okay if I just went to go and practice for a bit?
Sure.
Just trying to really get the swing down.
You don't want to come and, kill actual cultists with us?
I've already done some cultist killing.
I believe you. Go get some training.
I just need to kind of just want to get some practice in, let Theros do some work, that sort of thing. Okay. Scraping sounds as he walks up to a portion of the town. You don't know how he's making scraping sounds, though. He's literally dragging it through the mud, and somehow there's still, like, the sound of it scraping something.
Your cousin amuses me.
He does.
Do you see him topple over like a tree in a storm?
He does that often. Just for
It's not windy.
to reassure you that sword is blunted. There's a possible way he could hurt himself unless it landed on him.
Does that
I hear
happen
an
often?
ow from the distance.
Yes.
All right. As you guys start making your way through the town, making your way towards the church, you do start noticing,
my way.
like, making your way downtown. You do notice that there are what appear to be guardsmen kind of roaming through this town. Fairly well-equipped guardsmen, surprisingly.
I didn't
Very
notice.
well. Einar is still working on that chewing sausage.
Oh no, yeah, I got another one.
But there are guardsmen in this town. They do seem to be very well equipped. Definitely a lot more expensively equipped than you would assume for this town. Very nice, high quality armor, and they do all seem to have a sort of like leather badge on their breast with what looks like a 4-pointed star on it.
So appear to be the guardians of the light, if you will.
As you approach the temple, you notice there seems to be some sort of altercation going on out front. Two of these guardsmen seem to be rather firmly and aggressively talking with a very familiar looking halfling. From what you can
way, dude.
From what you can overhear as you approach, the halfling is seeking entry, and the guards are not permitting him entry into the church.
At this distance, does it look physical?
Nothing physical as of
Okay.
yet. What you're kind of picking up is they don't want him in there because he
Yeah.
is dirty and filthy and smells like a dead body.
He never went to the. Oh my god. Okay. We got to deal with this fucking happening.
So, you guys do approach. This is a very loud argument going on. It's like, sir, you are not permitted into the church dressed like that. You have to get something better on, and you have to not smell like a dog that just vomited on itself. All right. Do not make us make you leave.
I walk
Sirs,
up. I walk up beside him as the gang comes up and. Excuse me. Did you not get to the river? Did you get lost?
No, I came here to go to the church. I came here to come to this church to pray. That's the reason why I came. And they won't let me in.
I thought I had prestidigitation. Oh my god. Well,
Prestidigitation.
shit. That was. You heard my thoughts. I'm.
I don't know if you noticed this, but you kind of talk out loud. But don't worry about it. Go on in. I'll talk this out with these kind gentlemen, right?
Yeah.
You guys will let me. I just want to go in and pray, guys.
Just gonna pat him on the back and just completely ignore him at this point, and pull out the bottle of wine and go. We're here to see Reverend Tyar.
Very well. Kind of takes the bottle, looks it over. Oh, that's a good year. Yes, of course. We'll ensure this offering is properly cared for. If you would like to go on in.
I grabbed the bottle of wine. That wasn't for you. It was for the church.
Sir, we are the church.
That's a church. You're a person.
We are representatives of the church.
Elnar, this is a simple. They were going to put it in the church stores to serve to the people, correct?
Yeah, we'll make sure it serves the people properly in the best way possible.
Just to thank them for their service, if you will.
Thanks for your service.
The bottle.
I know.
Fine. And he kind of like almost punches the guy in the chest, handing it back. But while he's squatting down to do that, he picks up the halfling and puts him on his shoulder.
Sir, you can't
Excuse
take
me?
that in there. The halfling, he's not permitted inside. He's too
Why
dirty
not?
to go in. He's too dirty to go in, sir, and he has no offering.
What kind of church is this?
Church of the Light. You know, the overgod, the strongest god, the god who runs this entire world.
Not strongest to me. Have you heard of Jormungandr?
Oh yeah, that's right. You're a what is it?
I'm a what?
Dragonkin?
Let's go. And he just starts walking in.
Keep the halfling off the floor.
Okay.
You guys are allowed inside.
Mm-hmm.
Are there benches?
There are benches, very nice hardwood, velvet cushioned benches. There are a huge number of lit candles in here. Way more really actually than there should be in the middle of the day. It's kind of a lot. Beautifully decorated, beautifully painted, beautiful paintings on the side, and on the ceiling. It's very. You never really thought you'd use this term for like a local church, but it's very posh.
Hey, little guy. Where do you want to sit? Don't put your feet on the floor, but I'll place you down.
Right. If you want to just put me, just over the side there. I actually really like that depiction of Panthera and Lycan when they first meet.
You got it.
It's always one of my favorite scenes.
It is a good scene.
Oh, right, you're a Leonin.
Yes.
I always like it.
My friend, to help you avoid further instances of not being allowed in places, he hands him 2 gold coins. Bathe,
Thank you. Right, right.
bathhouse.
I will. I will. Thank you.
This is an investment in your cleanliness and your ability to pray, especially in front of Pantera.
Right, right. Thank you. Thank you. Um, thank you. Uh, uh, my name's Aquila, by the way.
Nice to meet
Thank
you,
you.
Aquila.
Uh, you guys
Theros.
are Theros, and you kind of pats you a little, Einar. Your name, sir?
I'm Einar.
Einar. Okay. And
I'm
you,
Edward.
Edward? Edward. You seem like a good man of the cloth, Edward.
He is
I've
wearing
spent
cloth.
I've spent my fair share of time, in different holy sites. What are you all about here?
Well, I'm just a wanderer. I like to travel.
Oh,
I like to make pilgrimages to different churches. My dream is to have prayed to the light in every church of the light around.
I thoroughly
This is
hope
number
you achieve.
36. This is number 36.
Do you know how many there are total?
Well, I mean, it depends on how many more get built, but at least here in the Imperium, I think there's 72
You're doing just fine.
minor and greater churches. Yeah. Thank you guys a lot. You can put me down now.
Oh, yep. Don't let your feet touch the floor.
Right, right, right. Can balances on the bench itself.
Let me know when you want to move.
Thank you. You hear from towards the front of the chapel is like, gentlemen, by your stance and stature, I assume that you are the men who have come to answer the call of service to the Church of the Light. Thank you, gentlemen, very much for your service. You turn,
Thanks for your service.
there's
Yes.
a kind of portly older gentleman towards the front, priestly vestments of the light. Edward, you would probably note that they're a little bit finer quality than they probably should be.
I'm getting that vibe.
Like I said, very portly man, has a couple rings on his fingers. Kind of motions for you all to come forward and kind of gives the halfling a quizzical, dirty look before turning back to you guys. Gentlemen, come forward, come forward. Ah, blessings of the light upon all three of you. Now, you are, I assume, here to answer the call for dealing with these cultists, correct?
Indeed.
Excellent, excellent. I'm sure you would like the details, of course. A few months ago, some of our miners found masonry in the rock that they were digging through, and eventually broke through into what appeared to be a large underground chamber. In there, they found a beautiful but very, very old temple. Now, we were unable to ascertain as to who this was a temple to, unfortunately, because we, of course, pulled the miners back, not wanting to risk any curses or any untrained persons going in and disrupting or insulting any sort of god. Um, we, of course, sent word to academies to possibly see about getting someone out here to take a look at it, pending, of course, negotiations and contracts. But we also started discovering that the miners started calling them shadows, but they were, what we guess, people who were either sneaking in or maybe even were contained. We may very well be dealing with undead as well. We're not entirely sure. But there is a shadowy presence. One worker who I believe may very well have been cursed by this very person described a dark entity that wrapped itself in light. Of course, he's completely out of his mind. We've actually been having to keep him in the back healing chambers contained and restrained. He's just ranting on and on. And it was a terrible occurrence. The person actually injured him in the process, and we've been able to heal him, of course. But terrible, terrible event. And then, of course, what happened a few weeks ago? One of our initiates, brand new cleric who just recently received divine power, thought he would take it into his own hands to go in and root out the cultists himself. And he has yet to return. We can only presume the worst in this process.
Did you have a name of this man? You knew him?
The initiate, yes, his name was Clarence. Gentle soul. I tried to warn him against going in there on his own. But, I mean, you are a man of the cloth. Surely you understand how difficult it can be dealing with younger initiates who receive divine power and think they're excited to do the will of God.
Oh, you do one task and you think you're practically speaking to the man himself. It takes a lot more than that, and it takes a lot longer to learn that.
And it takes wisdom and relying on the wisdom of your elders in some cases. But alas, he went in headstrong and charged right in on his own.
Now, have you sent any non-initiates?
No, of course not. No, we keep the community guards here in town to protect the community as a whole. Guards of the church are the protection for this city, and as such, I can't possibly think or consider of risking the lives of the people who've been given to me to care for by sending my guards to the mine to try and take care of this.
Of course.
Why I, of course, hired and sought to hire you all as well. Did you have any questions at all pertaining to this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Do I have a piece of sausage stuck in my teeth, like right here?
No, I think you got it.
Yeah?
I think you got it.
Okay.
Yes. Turning to almost pointedly towards Theros and Edward.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions or anything that you need that can be provided? Of course, we can, if you are in need of lights or lanterns, we can provide them. And of course, if you are willing to make a donation, we'd be willing to bless them to ensure your protection while you head down into the dark.
Do you have any, you wouldn't happen to have any, I don't know, say, like healing remedies of any sorts in case we get struck?
We do have some healing remedies that we keep on hand for the community, as well as for helping out any of our guards who may be injured. I can't.
What about for those who will potentially save the community?
Make a persuasion check.
That's another crit. I'm not even lying. What the fuck? That's crazy, dude. These dice always roll like shit. All right. I don't. That's it.
What's your final total?
That is straight up 20.
All right. No mod to persuasion. Okay.
No.
You do notice, because you are a cleric. You have some minor talent for insight. You do notice there's a bit of almost like a pained expression there for a moment, and you get the feeling he really does not want to give you the healing potions. But you make a good point, and so it's like we can spare probably three of our healing potions.
That would be perfect.
To set us back a good bit, we'll need to make some ordering done, but yes, we should be able to provide those for you. Kind of motions to a guard who's nearby, who turns and heads towards the back. Is there anything else we can provide you? Oh, I can of course give you the initiate had done some patrolling down into the mines, particularly around that area. I can see about getting you his journal, though I do caution against reading his later passages. I've taken a look at them myself, and they seem to be almost like raving nonsense. The words don't even make sense. But if you like, I can pass that along to you.
I do,
That would also be. Oh,
I do believe that would be quite helpful.
Marvelous. Motions to another guard who heads off. Is there anything else that I can provide for you?
Are those crackers for everyone?
Um, yes and no.
Cool.
They are
He,
just
he
all right.
grabs a handful and starts just munching.
All right. Yes, I need to get
What?
some more of those as well. Nothing.
I
Nothing.
have a question.
Yes.
Why does everything look so expensive?
Well, our town and community has been quite blessed, and the people have themselves been quite generous in their donations to the Church of the Light, wishing to uh, give thanks for what the light has provided us as a community.
Hmm.
Are
Well,
you interested in the Church of the Light?
no.
Very well. I respect your beliefs.
But because you are all so what what's the word where um they're lucky, um but it's like a holy word. What's
Blessed?
the bless since you're all so blessed with good fortune, um I think you should put our friend over there up for the night and um feed him, bathe him, and send him on the way to where are you going?
Sorry, what?
Where are you going next?
Oh, I think I was gonna, God, I can't remember all my other towns. I was gonna head towards the main capital for the northern province. I hear they have a church that they're building there.
Yeah, that. Um, they said they're gonna put you up for the night and feed you and clean you.
Make make a persuasion check with advantage.
guidance. I tap you on the shoulder.
Get a D4 added onto that.
And a D4. Okay.
Yeah.
Where's my D4? Alright. Persuasion is a
Yep.
+2 from guidance, +16 for a 20.
And she's 20. You do see kind of a little bit of the grin, the smile on his face seems to almost plaster for a moment. It's definitely kind of like fixed there for a moment. Yes, of course. Absolutely would be something we would be able to do. We have cleaning chambers in the back, be able to take a nice warm bath, and we will of course feed him and be able to put him up. It would be child's play for us to do that. Yes, of course. Come talk to me whenever you're done praying.
Can his feet touch the floor? The guard said his feet can't touch the floor.
Oh, I'm sure that had to have been a misunderstanding. Yes, of course. Feel free. You can of course walk up
You
here
can
on your
touch
own
the floor
power.
now.
You see his head drop. So how you couldn't really see much of him to begin with because of the benches, and you can just kind of see now like the top of his head.
I reach down and the priest, is that who it
Yeah.
was? I kind of like slap him on the shoulder. Good man.
Hmm. Yes, thank you. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, those crackers were kind of plain.
Roughly about this time, the guards kind of come back. He hands you guys the 3 healing potions. Takes the journal from one and hands it over to Edward.
Mhm.
Right. Well, if there's anything else, any other assistance we can provide, please do not hesitate to ask. The sooner we are able to deal with this threat to the community, the better off we will all be.
And this is Clarence's journal.
Clarence's journal. Yeah, Clarence the initiate.
Where are the guards standing? Are they the
There's
same two guards from outside?
no, these are different guards. Actually, as you
Okay.
glance around, there are 4 guards in here, and then the 2 guards outside. So the church itself has about 6 guards.
There's a lot of guards.
Well, yes. Unfortunately, with the town being so generous with their own wealth, it does unfortunately make the church a target for thieves and ne'er-do-wells. So we employ persons to ensure protection.
Yes. Well, Father, I do believe we have taken up enough of your gracious time. We will get on to this issue of your shadow cultists and hopefully return your initiate.
Of course. Go with peace, my children.
Yes. Sir Kion puts his hand out for like a handshake.
He does kind of reach out, take your hand tentatively. He has a very, very soft hand. Like you can already tell he's never worked a day in his life.
In a firm but gentle sort of manner, pulls him closer in the handshake. I do believe it is a tenet of the church that they serve all, as do all the gods. Shouldn't you not restrict entry? Anyways, Father, have a good one, sir.
Yes. Yes.
And he's in that handshake, there's just a little bit of a claw that sticks right here, right where that vein is.
So as you kind of like walk away, you do kind of catch out of the corner of your eyes. You kind of glance back. It's kind of a little bit of a rubbing, kind of glancing at his hand. And just kind of like turns and walks back into the deeper parts of the church. But you guys do have, I'd say actually 3 greater potions altogether. So
Nice.
1 each.
1 greater each?
1 greater each.
Oh, wow.
You have, I was going to say common, but then I was like, you guys are level 5, so. But no, you guys each have a potion. You have Clarence's journal. And I believe that will actually be where we need to pause for tonight, because I do know people have time restraints as far as waking up. But you make your way to the edge of town. You follow the directions, and you see kind of further up on the nearby hill the entrance to the mine that leads towards the forgotten temple ruins. And we'll pick up there next time we hop into Astria, which I don't know. We'll figure out another time to be able to spontaneously jump in here. But to
Yeah, that
those
was
who are
awesome.
watching, that will be everything for this evening. We want to thank you guys for watching, for joining in. If you enjoyed what you watched and saw, leave a comment, give us a like, give us a subscribe if you haven't. Let us and check us out on Twitch, YouTube. Also check us out on Facebook. We also have an email, which you can find on our Facebook page. Please like us. Please love us. We have nothing else in this world right now. No. And we will be back soon. See you guys next time.
Bye.